So we're here playing my favorite deck in Standard right now, which is Blue-White Control. I think it's the best control deck in Standard. I believe it gives us all the tools that we possibly could want in the format. And it gives us a lot of play against most of the Standard format here. We're on the draw. These are going to be some long games. There's going to be a lot of different interaction points. So we're going to see. This looks like actually a very good keep for us. We have lands. We have really strong spells. Let's see what they're playing. Okay, so he's leading with a Dismal Backwater. So most people here would lead with the Temple of Enlightenment. But we want to see what we're playing against. And we want to be able to get to a point that the cards are gonna matter. So this land over here is a plains. We want to have Counterspell in turn 3. So there he goes. He's going to jumpstart. What deck is this? This looks very interesting for us. So with that jumpstart, I'm kind of worried. Is there anything on 4 that we care about? Or do we just want to slam this Narset and force a counterspell? This also finds us lands. Don't really care about these Dream Trawlers. Alright, let's see if he counters this. Because he has this jumpstart, it might force him. He doesn't have a land in the discard. This card generally in the control mirror demands a counter. And I think I'd rather him counter this than like a Teferi. So now we kind of know the game plan that we're in. We have our own counterspell. So this temple's actually going to let us figure out what we want. If we can resolve a Dream Trawler, really good. But I don't think we want to land here. We have this Omen to find us lands. So we're going to just pass here, and we're going to keep up our counterspell for him. If he doesn't do anything on his turn, then we end step flash in Omen of the Sea. So now I'm questioning what he's looking for. There's one to the top there. And we'll flash in this Omen and see how he responds. So 100% we want this Dovin's Veto, and we need this 6 land. So we're going to actually keep both of these on top. And then now we're going to keep both these up, because now we can actually have Sinner Sabotage and Dovin's Veto. If he ever taps out, then we land ourselves a Dream Trawler. So we want this Mystical Dispute. We don't really care about this island right now. And now we'll be able to Castle Vantress on end steps. We probably won't want the Shatter the Sky, and we have the Elspeth Conquers Death as backup to that. My question is, when's he going to go for it? So his end steps here. Let's scry. I think we only want one of these. So nothing from him on that end. Do we want to risk playing this? I still want to let him make the first move, so we're just going to pass here. So he's passing again. Now we can keep Veto up. Yes. Would like both of these. Sure. The more counters that we have to fight what he has, I think that's most important for us right now. And in the control mirror, the most important thing is patience. Patience and making your land drops. Eventually someone's gonna have to make a move. And generally we want that to be us. And now we have this land that will start making threats against him. So now we can put the pressure on him. And if he has to start answering the land, then we can start making him have to answer the Dream Trawler. Now, we're going to see what he has, and let's him see if he's going to answer this. We still have Sabotage plus Veto. So we're just going to let that resolve. Because our Dream Trawler's coming. And Ritual of Suit cannot take care of Dream Trawler. So we'll make another 1/1. Now is he gonna Thassa for 1 million? No. So we're gonna have to discard, and we're gonna discard a Dream Trawler. We're just not committing to this board, and eventually this Elspeth Conqueror's Death can bring back a Dream Trawler. So we want to get... We want to find lands with this. I don't think we want to draw 2 lands there. And we're just going to keep making these 1/1s to threaten him. There's another Narset for us. And we're going to try to resolve Narset again. I have a feeling his hand's all counter spells. Sure. We just want to fight and make sure that whatever he's putting down, we can threaten. So this can be a Scry to the bottom. Oh, that one's on top. Okay, so he's got a good card coming in next turn. We'll make another 1/1. Oh, perfect. Now we can start making 2 1/1s. And these 1/1s are putting on a very, very tight clock on him now. So this presents a 2-turn clock for us. And now is his turn. He needs to figure out a way to take these out, because if he doesn't, it's game over. There's a Murderous Rider. Swift End targeting. Sure. We have this Elspeth Conquers Death. Alright, there's another counterspell for us. We get to fight him on multiple axes here. So there's a Sinister Sabotage. We're going to go with the cheap one first. Targeting a Sinister Sabotage. This is a supreme example of how you fight a counter war. This is what we've been waiting for the whole game. And it's all going to come down to this moment. There's his Mystical Dispute now, right? Going back to that original Sinister Sabotage. What do you have for me? You only have 3 mana left. There's his Mystical Dispute. So if we sabotage, he's going to have the negate. Here comes his thinking spot. This is the war we've been preparing for all game. We're going to remove that. We're going to go in. And there we go. That's how a control battle is done. And we had one more counterspell. Okay, so now we're going into post-board games. Post-board games, our removal's not going to mean that much to us. Omen of the Sea, something we want in there. Birth of Meletis, we can take one out. Narset, he countered every Narset we played. Shatter the Sky, we're going to keep one in. Dream Trawler, we're going to cut one out. Okay? We have 3 cards that we can bring in. I know I want to bring in Spectral Sailor. I know I want to bring in Commence the Endgame. The question is, do we want to bring in one Archon of Sun's Grace as a threat? Or do we just play the game and use Castle Ardenvale as our threat again? I think we're going to go with this. The only thing I'm worried about, though, is the Thief of Sanity. That card can actually be an issue for us. So I'm actually going to cut out one Omen of the Sea. And bring in one Glass Casket, just in case he has something like that. We're still keeping in a Shatter the Sky. You just never know what bombs they can be bringing in. I think this is good. That was a really quick control game. We're jumping right back in. We saw, I don't know, that was Elspeth's Son's Dispute spells. We saw like 7 spells on that stack. So let's just get into this game. Okay, so this hand, we would have to get a Plains turn 1, and we have this. You know what? This is okay for us. He's not doing much. Ooh, thankfully we did not get hit by Thought Erasure there. We'll get a Plains. Play our island, and then we'll pass. My question is, are we going to try to resolve our Narset on turn 3? We don't know. There's a radical idea that can resolve. So on our turn, on his end step, let's see if he baits, if he's forced to counter this. Or do we do this when we have a 3 going into our 4? I think we do that 3 going into 4. Get our castle down and just pass to him. Can't flash back the radical idea yet. Oh, you can't. Discarding a land? What is this? Blast, sacrifice an island, can't be blocked, sacrifice a swamp, exile 5 cards, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Yes, sir, you may scry. 6 mana. It's good for us because we did keep in our rats to be ready for something like this. This is actually also counterable from our end. Now we need to find counter spells. This will also hit it. I don't think it has like hexproof or anything, right? Yeah, it's just flash. Flash and 6. I do think we want both these cards. Now he can have negate plus Mystical Dispute, so we're gonna dodge this turn here. We're gonna crack this. He also missed a land drop, and that is almost death in the control mirror. So I think the best thing about our deck versus his deck is we just have more card filtering than him. So our question now is, he's obviously looking for something. He gets to look at both. This is basically a 4 mana draw 2. Does this matter? We're actually going to counter this. We'll take the bait on this one. Because even if he does resolve something this turn, then we get to resolve our Elspeth Conquers Death. And it looks like he's on his way to resolving something this turn. Nothing there. We'll play our land. We're going to fetch another island, and then next turn we have the Birth of Meletis. So he's going to scry 2 here. He's still down a land. Interestingly, too, what's really good is Thassa's intervention gets around Mystical Dispute. So now he gets to look at 3 and add 2, and that's going to take our counterspell for sure. And then we get to slam a Dream Trawler. I'll go to 9 cards in hand. Okay, you know what, let's let this resolve. Oh, so he's not going to Serpent on this turn. Interestingly, we still don't have any dual lands. We definitely want this Mystical Dispute in our hand. He's not going to counter this. This can just let us keep ahead in the land game for now. We're out of planes in our deck. Oops, should have gotten another island. So now he's going to be able to scry 2. We're going to be able to scry 2. We're going to look for another island. We're still waiting to see what he's going to slam down. So as soon as I tap out here, he's going to play down this Serpent. I hope that's what he does. Because then we get to slam down our Dream Trawler. Both these are insane cards that we want. This is a must counter for him. Oh, do we do anything this turn? Negate, double dispute. He's got a lot in his hand. I would love to play this Teferi right now, but I do not want to let my guard down. And he's scrying. That's good for us. I don't even have 5 cards in my discard for him to make use of that. We're getting there. We're getting there. Again, these mirrors are all about patience. They're all about patience. Patience is everything. Now we don't even have to scry anymore. Especially now that we have commenced the endgame, this is going to put a really big threat on the board for him. And we haven't seen a Narset yet. So we're really not worried about a lot of these things. He is ahead of us on the land game, though. That's an issue for us. Sure. Is it still our turn? Okay. So we would need to discard down on this turn. We're going to discard down a Narset. There's the Serpent. If this is his win condition, yeah. And now we don't have to discard. Now I wish we had more counters, but we don't right now. And now we have to find lands. So actually, we don't want either of these cards. That's a good card for us. We actually just want lands here. There's this guy too. Oh, both the top. That is great for him. All right, back to now on his end step here. We're gonna commence the end game. We're in the end game now. This cannot be countered, sir. This one will resolve. Now, we're drawing out a removal spell for this 8/8. Oh, where was that Dovin's Veto last turn? Alright, here we go. If he wants to play, let's play now. We have Veto and Dispute here. He has 3 mana left. We always want to target the original spell. He keeps targeting my counter spells. You just want to target the original spell. So now he has to have a second negate. And if he does, we're getting rid of all the cards in his hand to be able to slam down our Dream Trawler. So it's always figuring out what are the priorities for you. This is another 7 spells on the stack. There we go. Teferi, he just went from having a full 7-card hand to having a 2-card hand, and now we have a Teferi.
This might be a bad idea.
That's how important it is to be able to prioritize in these control mirrors. What is more important to you? What is more important to your opponent? What is going to stop you from winning? And what is going to bring you about to be able to win? The fact that now next turn, unless he's able to take control and hit our Teferi, there's a concession, right? Like, what is this Lockmere Serpent going to do against our Teferi?